Hey everyone, it's Dr. Deb. So this is actually a very unconventional video because I'm taking it in a moment of being triggered. And why am I doing this video? Because I want people to understand that even after doing this work for all of these years, yes, triggers still happen. They still happen to me, and they are very, very real. Another reason why I'm taking this video is because I want to show you that even while you're experiencing a trigger, you can learn how to help yourself. So I'm triggered right now. I have PTSD from child abuse and neglect. And while I'm caring for one of my children, I got triggered. It's not something that he did. It's actually something that the school district that I'm dealing with right now. And it had a reaction which brought on a trigger for me, a trigger of neglect. Lying is a major, major trigger for me. I have no tolerance for lying, passive-aggressive behavior. And so meanwhile, I had to set the trigger aside in some way and take an important telephone call regarding this situation. And I'm in my home right now caring for myself. So I'm aware that I'm triggered. I'm aware of the voice that is playing in my head over and over and over again, which is, I wish you were never born. I wish I would have never had children. And to hear that as a child and to know that you weren't wanted is really hard when you have your own children and you're caring for your own kids. So while that tape continues to play in my head, I'm caring for myself right now by eating foods that I know that are good for me, that help me feel good, while they're not warm, which would be ideal. I have a lot of work to do today because I service others that are like me, who struggle from triggers and stress and anxiety and depression, who are looking for some sort of peace and calm. So one thing that helps bring peace and calm is for me to eat really, really well. Because when I care for myself, it nurtures that inner person who didn't get that kind of care. So as I keep looking down right now, I have 2 egg whites, and then I also have a glass of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. To some it might seem really minor, but when you're triggered, it is like major security, which is something that we need when we're triggered, is safety and security. The other thing that I have for myself is hot water. I know that I've shared with people before what happens to my body in that fight, flight, freeze response. And so I have a full pot of hot water, and you'll notice I've got a winter jacket on in my home because I am freezing, and I'm aware of what's happening in my brain and how my body is responding. Another reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to know that this trigger will pass, because I know how to move through it. Again, by using my techniques, things that I've developed with practical mindfulness, I can feel my body relaxing. I'm focused on my breathing. I know exactly where my breathing is at. I know where tension is at in my body. I recognize that my inhalation is shorter and my exhalation is longer. And with every long exhalation, I activate the stress relaxation response, and my body feels calmer. So at any time anybody is experiencing a trigger, whether you're by yourself and you need somebody to help you and you want somebody who understands, who also does this work, I welcome your call. You can always contact me at Debra at themindfuleffect.com. I'm also on Twitter. Yes, do you know of any other person who posts something on YouTube right when they're having a trigger? I don't know, I haven't seen anybody who's done that. If anything, I see when people are more enraged, and I got to reach for a Kleenex because my nose is running here. But yeah, the shit's real. Does it ever go away? No. Is it less? Yes. Does it happen less frequently? Yes. Am I grateful for that? Absolutely. I think that's another key point I want people to understand, is that you can work through these things and you can have less moments of being triggered. And I don't know if you've noticed, but that last breath, that last inhalation was longer, because as I'm talking to you, I'm also practicing one of my techniques called ping pong ball. So these things are very, very real. And do I ever have moments where I say, I can't take this shit anymore? Yeah, today was one of those days where I just said to myself, I can't take this shit anymore. This is just not okay to live like this. And then I look back at the same time and I say, and how many triggers like this have you had in the last 6 months? And I can recall there's only been a couple, where before it used to be daily. So I've moved from daily triggers that have been severe to a few. I think that's pretty gosh darn good. As I said to my daughter this morning too, because she was asking me what was going on, and she also knows about the history with my biological family. And Vera made the comment about wanting to hurt someone, doing something to hurt them because they hurt you. And what I shared with my daughter is that my success, and yes, for me to be alive every single day and to do this work, not only for myself, but for other people and my own kids, that's the greatest success. That's the greatest success. So believe me, I've had thoughts like that too, where, you just want to reach out and hurt the people who have hurt you, especially when you were a child and now you're an adult. And the best way to address that really is through massive success. Whether it means you get up that day and you do something kind for yourself and you take care of yourself, to, you built a big ass company and you're servicing the world. Just keep in mind that your life is valued and that you are worth it and that there are people who do care. So 7 minutes, you guys have seen me work through a trigger. Yes, the long exhalation is still there, and that'll be with me for a while longer. This is Dr. Deb with Mindful Effect, keeping it real, you guys. I'm no different than you. I've just learned how to figure a few things out, and I want to share that stuff with you. If you're ever like that, give me a call. I seriously mean it. I know I can work through this because I've done it before, and I have improved my life greatly. Take care, everyone. You make it a great day.